Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to UNISA's 2024 Student Orientation. Thank you for taking your time to attend this important session. My name is Mrs. Permission Masala from the Department of Finance and the Directorate of Student Funding. Of course, I'm not sailing the ship alone. I'm with a bunch of knowledgeable colleagues who are in the background to assist you with all the important queries or inquiries that you may have relating to the bursaries. Now, without wasting any time, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to call upon the first speaker or the presenter rather to come and do the welcoming for us. And her name is Dr. Nonhlanhla Mabuza, who is the Deputy Director for the Directorate. Dr. Mabuza, over to you.
Thank you very much, Program Director, and everyone that has attended the session. We are very grateful as Student Funding that we have people that are interested in our services, in assisting students with funding. I was hoping, though, that we will be having a full house. I can see the number of attendees because most students will show interest in funding. So I was hoping for bigger numbers rather than the 225 that is in attendance. Having said that, Program Director, I would like to welcome you all, colleagues, and also the attendees, students that have attended this session. But what I also want to do is just to give an overview of what student funding is all about. I think that will assist our students specifically, and some of the colleagues that do not maybe get an understanding, do not have an understanding of what is student funding is about. Citing one example is that we normally being referred to as NSFAS office, whereas NSFAS office is in Cape Town. So student funding, it's a division that is assisting students with funding. It comprises of two sections. That is the bursary section, which has got undergraduate students, honors and master's and doctoral students that we are assisting. We also have the NSFAS division or section that is dealing mainly with NSFAS funding, and this will also include our funders like Funza Lushaga, your DMV, and also TRC. We've got quite a number of the funders. The funders are those institutions or departments or government departments that will give money to NSFAS to administer on their behalf. So if I can just give you the stats of the number of students that we are assisting from 2019. I just want to give you that background so that you understand where I'm coming from. In 2019, we had about 80,000 students that we administered, that were funded. In 2020, 162,000 students. And in 2021, we had 182,000. In 2022, we had 184,000. And in 2023, which is the previous year, we have only 152,000 students. I'm glad that you've attended this session so that maybe you get some of the information, because as I'm reading out these numbers, you can see that our numbers are gradually getting down, especially for 2023. And the main reason for this is that our students did not perform well. We are in the process of investigating as to why students are not performing, and because some studies have shown that funded students, they tend to perform better than the unfunded students. But in our case, this is not the case, because now we are gradually seeing students that are funded being not performing the way that we expected them to do. Because one reason is that they are being funded. So if you are being funded, you don't want to lose that funding. You'll work hard in order for you to get funding again. What is scary again is that out of the 152,695 students that we funded last year for NSFAS in particular, about 18,000 of these students did not pass even a single module. Maybe some of the students don't understand or they are not aware that we have some services within the institution that can help students that have difficulties. Maybe you don't know how to study, or you need you have some issues, maybe the psychosocial issues that you are unable to handle by yourself. We have the career counseling directorate that is situated in Sunnyside, then that can assist in that regard. We also have student development that can assist. We also have an office, suite that can assist students with abilities. If maybe you encounter some problems, maybe you want to study material to be converted to Braille, all such issues that you might find it difficult for yourself to perform academically. We have the Office of the Dean of Students that can also assist our students in that regard if maybe you encounter any other problems. Or if maybe you have problems, you can come to our offices. We have colleagues that can assist by directing you to the office that can assist. So I wanted to bring these statistics so that you see that we have this challenge, not that we are not doing anything as an institution. We have offices within the institution, like the student support, that is also assisting us in that regard, because we are seeing this trend of students not performing to the best of their ability, because remember that for you to be awarded a bursary or funding, it's because you have proven that you have some form of ability to perform. Because we don't just take any other student. For NSFAS, for instance, you need to pass at least 50% of your registered modules. So performance is something that we measure you on in order to continue funding you. So with those few words, colleagues, I just want to pause here, but we have colleagues that will be taking you through to different funding categories, and also maybe advise you on what to do, when to apply, when to reapply, and all that information. Program director, I think I will pause here and we will look at the chat. I think there are colleagues that are responding to those chats questions. And thank you very much. You are welcome, all of you. Thank you.
You're muted, Program Director.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you, Didi, for the most warm welcome. This train is now going to move as fast as possible. I'm going to allow the next presenter, ladies and gentlemen. Her name is Miss Lindy Shiburi, to come and present about NSFAS. Miss Shiburi, over to you.
Thank you, Ms. Mafala. Good afternoon, colleagues, and welcome to our students. We are happy to have you today. Apologies, I won't be able to open my camera. My camera is acting up today. Then I will start sharing my presentation. So I'll be sharing the presentation from NSFAS session. I'll start with my presentation. So student funding is a division within UNISA Finance Department. We administer third-party payments paid on behalf of students in the form of private bursaries, NSFAS DHEAD grant, NSFAS bursaries like the Funza Disability Fund, TFC, DMV bursaries, and CETAS. NSFAS application process. The NSFAS application normally opens between October and January. Applications are strictly done via online on NSFAS website provided. Applications are fully administered by NSFAS. Students who are rejected by NSFAS, they can appeal their status. So appeals are usually done on NSFAS portal. So new and returning students must appeal directly with NSFAS on their NSFAS portal. We also distribute propensity letter. So propensity letter will be sent to continuing students to their MyLife email address. Higher certificate students who are starting a formal qualification and reapplied for funding but are rejected due to M+ must appeal the rejection and submit the higher certificate completion letter as well as the propensity letter. Students who appealed must finalize their registration while they wait for the appeal outcomes. Registration process. NSFAS sends list of approved and rejected students to the universities at the beginning of the year. Student funding, registered, process, activate, and approve students according to the funding list received from NSFAS. The exchange of data between UNISA and NSFAS. So student funding, we send or upload the registration data on NSFAS portal, the closing date of registration. NSFAS process data received from university, verify the following: the registered qualification, the M+ role, and the household income. Successful data is then posted on the linked report. We also distribute allowances to our students. So UNISA students qualify for the learning material allowances and incidental allowance only, however, for students registered for up to 10 modules for the year. Allowances are distributed as follows. So students who registered 1 up to 4 modules, they will receive 600 per module, and students who registered up to 5 modules, they will receive a total of 5,460. In addition, students who registered for up to 10 modules for the year, they will receive incidental allowance of 304 Rand 50 for 10 months. Students can utilize the LMA to purchase academic books and material or for computer-related expenses. Students are requested to update their banking details via MyLife link. We normally send students the link to update their banking details on their MyLife email address. Student allowances are paid straight into their bank account. We have NSFAS disability funding. So the NSFAS disability funding is a full course bursary aimed at providing financial support to students with disability who are financially eligible and academically deserving. Qualifying students get assistive device such as wheelchair, hearing aid, adapted laptop, and human and other support such as caregivers, sign language interpreters, guide dogs, and etc. Application processes, registration processes, and allowances are the same as the NSFAS grant. However, disability student can apply for assistive device for maximum of 50,000 and human support maximum of 50,000 if they in a need. We also have Funza Lushaka under the pre-funded bursaries. So applications are done on the Funza website provided. Then the Funza DBE, UNISA College of Education, and DSF sit for the selection of students. This Funza Lushaka is a merit bursary that pays for students registered for educational qualifications. Allowances are calculated based on the module registered. We also have TRC bursary. Students apply at the Department of Justice this. The approved list is then sent to UNISA. They pay for tuition, books, transport, and food. We also give refund for students who are funded by NSFAS successfully. We only refund students that are confirmed by NSFAS in terms of linked report. Students are not required to apply for a refund. It is initiated from our side. Only students who made payments towards their fees are refunded. Supplementary exams, historic debt, modules cancelled, foreign levy are then deducted because NSFAS they don't pay for those. Refunds are also paid to students' bank account. We use e-gain system or platform for DSF queries. This platform is used to receive queries and respond to student queries. We have a dedicated team that works on this mailbox daily. All queries relating to NSFAS and pre-funded NSFAS bursaries should be sent to this mailbox provided. Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Shiburi, for such an informative presentation. I'm now going to allow the second presenter, ladies and gentlemen. But before I do that, I want to stress the fact that I don't think we have any excuse of not coming to the University of South Africa to study, because as student funding, we are making sure that all our students are able to be funded and they can pursue the qualification of their choice. Having said that, I'm going to allow the second speaker who will present on private and government bursaries. And her name is Ms. Munene Ndlovu. Ms. Munene, over to you.
Thank you, Program Director. Welcome to our students. As mentioned by the Program Director, I'm going to present on private and government bursaries. I will share my screen now. The first one I'll be presenting on is the Department of Transport, who can apply for the bursary. The bursary is for South African citizens who are between the age of 35 and below, with an average percent of 50% on their previous year of study. The bursary is for undergraduate and postgraduate qualification NQF 11 to 6. It is for BCom, Transport Economics, Honours in Transport Economics, and Honours in Logistics. What does the bursary cover? The bursary covers tuition fees, prescribed textbooks. The bursary does not pay for failed or repeating modules. And those who want to apply, they can apply for the bursary using the application form, which is downloadable on my UNISA under loans and bursary sections. The application for the bursary is currently opened, and applications can be sent to Ms. Letitia Mukhashwa on the email address mentioned below. The second one we have is Hillingsberg Trust Bursary. Who can apply for Hillingsberg Bursary? Hillingsberg is an invite-based bursary. It is for financially needy and academically deserving students, which is the missing middle category. It is for undergraduate and postgraduate students with an average of at least 60% on their previous year of study, registered for medicine, technology, visual arts, music, and health sciences. What does Hillingsberg Bursary cover? It covers tuition fees, prescribed textbooks, transport allowance, and a once-off laptop allowance. The laptop allowance is only for first-time bursary recipients. And the invite currently is being sent out to all qualifying students. Students are encouraged to check their MyLife email address for the invite. And the person to send queries to is Mr. Mashwewu, mentioned below. The last one that we have at UNISA, we have the SITA bursaries. We have different SETA bursaries for different qualifications. We have FASAD, which is for finance and accounting qualifications. We have SETA, which is for construction-related qualifications. We have TETA, which is for logistic-related qualifications. We have SASETA, which is for education-related qualification. We have Bank SETA, which is for banking-related qualifications. We have Service SETA, which focuses on the skills development. And for this bursaries, the Service SETA bursaries, applications are administered by the SETAs. All the information regarding applications and who qualifies for the applications, students are encouraged to visit the different SETAs on the website mentioned below. Because as UNISA student funding, we do not administer the application processes for these bursaries. That is it from my side, Chair. The program will be posted on the chats for students to access all the information mentioned above. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Ms. Monene. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm now going to call upon the next presenter. For this bursary, I need you to be able to pay more attention because it concerns your honors, your masters, and your doctoral studies. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to call upon Mr. Muzi Mamba to come and share more about the postgraduate bursaries that UNISA offers. Mr. Muzi Mamba, over to you.
Thank you, Program Director. Thank you. Good day, students and colleagues from the Division of Student Funding. My name is Muzi Mamba, and I am from the Division of Student Funding Postgraduate Bursaries Applications section. So, colleagues, I'll be taking you through the DSF postgraduate bursaries, the ones that we are offering from our side. So without any further ado, Program Director, let me share my screen and let me switch off my camera. So I hope you can see my screen. So colleagues, can you confirm if you can see my screen?
Yes, it's visible, Mr. Mamba.
Okay, good day once again, colleagues. So my task is just to present you on the available postgraduate bursaries that we have. So who are we? So we are the Division of Student Funding and Postgraduate Bursaries Administration. So we've got two sections making up that bursary administration office. So there's one section that deals with the application processes, which is called the DSF Postgraduate Bursaries Application section, and the other one is the DSF Postgraduate Bursary Award section that does the processing of the tuition payments. So once the other section has processed the applications, they then forward the baton to the DSF Bursary Award section to process the payment. And the bursaries that we offer postgraduate diploma and honors bursary, and also masters and doctoral bursary. But for the purpose of this session, I will just emphasize or put more emphasis on the postgraduate diploma and honors, because I know very well that most of the audience, once you finish your undergraduate qualification, that's where you'll be progressing to. So we do offer those postgraduate diploma and honors, as well as masters and doctoral. So the bursary applications for the academic year 2025 will open from the 24th, will open from November 2024 and will close in January 2025. But for more specific details as to the specific dates, you need to visit our website for more information. I'll share the website at a later stage during the presentation. So, and students should be temporarily registered in 2025 in order to be activated, in order for the applications to be activated and be successful. That is, once your registration is activated, then because that's the only yardstick that enables us to know whether you are temporarily registered or not, so that we can then know whether to award you the bursary or not. So who can apply? Can apply for the bursary? So these are South African citizens. So you need to be a South African citizen to be eligible to apply for the bursary. And also you need to have completed an NQF level 7 UNISA undergraduate qualification by end of January next year. So, and you should have acquired a 60% average. So we calculate the average on the entire qualification. So including failed modules, supplemented modules. So basically it calculates from first year of study until your last year of study. So even if you absent yourself in an exam, so we include that 0 mark. So if you are absent from exam without any valid reason, so that mark will be included in your calculation. So most students usually make a mistake with the 60% average that I'm talking about, with the one that is required as an entry when you apply for the qualification. So usually the one for applying for the qualification, either for a postgraduate diploma or honors, it's calculated differently from ours, because with us we are talking about a bursary here. So the goalposts usually are not as wide as when you apply. So, and also, if you already have your undergraduate qualification and you are currently enrolled either in an honors qualification or a postgraduate qualification, the requirement is that you need to have acquired or passed at least 3 honors modules or postgraduate diploma modules with an average of 60%. So you are eligible to also that you are also eligible for this bursary. And lastly, returning beneficiaries who are already funded by the bursary from the previous year, we then calculate their average, and the minimum that they should get is 50%. So if I'm already doing postgraduate diploma right now or in 2023, so you are eligible to apply for the bursary in 2024, but you will have checked whether you passed your previously funded modules with an average of 50%. So who cannot apply? So UNISA permanent staff members are not eligible to apply for the bursary. And there's also some postgraduate diploma programs that I've mentioned there. Postgraduate diploma in business management, in project management, and supply chain management. All these qualifications are being offered at our Graduate School of Business Leadership based in Midrand campus. So all these qualifications are unfortunately not funded by our postgraduate bursary. And also students registered for special study programs, i.e. PGCE and non-degree purpose programs are not eligible for this bursary. And also those students who completed their special study programs, including PGCE. So this is just a repetition of the above bullet point. Students who already hold a postgraduate diploma or an honors of the same level are not eligible. So just to explain on this one, so if you already have a postgraduate diploma or an honors qualification, maybe in the field of health, and you now want to get another postgraduate diploma or honors in the field of education, so you are not eligible. We will not fund for you for the second what you call NQF level, same qualification as the previous one that you will have completed or acquired already. So what is covered and or not covered by the bursary fund? So the bursary covers tuition fees only, and the bursary funds students for 2 consecutive years of funding. But you have to reapply in the second year. So basically here, what the bursary is saying is that we know that when you are doing your honors application, your honors qualification or postgraduate diploma qualification, you find that the qualification has got 8 modules. So it's not the objective to actually finish the qualification early, but to actually complete and pass the qualification. So that's why we afford the student 2 consecutive years of funding, so that in the first year you can do the first 4 modules and then do the other remainder of the 3 or 4 modules, depending on how your qualification is structured. So, however, the bursary will not cover any failed or repeating modules. So if you fail your modules in year 1, you will have to then fund those repeating modules or failed modules out of your own pocket. And also the bursary does not cover any historical debt. So when you come into the bursary, you must come clean. So no historical debt emanating from NSFAS related issues and other donor or funding related issues. So you are now past the undergraduate qualification. So you need to sort out all pending historical debt which emanates from your undergraduate qualification, so that when you knock at our door, you come clean and we start with you on a clean slate. So the bursary does not fund special study programs, i.e. PGCE and NDP programs, and the bursary does not fund additional or different NQF level qualification at NQF level 8. So that's what I've previously explained, that if you already have a postgraduate diploma completed or honors completed in another field, so you cannot then come and ask for funding for the same NQF level qualification. So even if you have a postgraduate diploma, now you intend to have an honors, so you are not eligible for, and the bursary will not cover you. And the bursary does not provide or cover for any laptop, accommodation, textbook, or any additional study material allowances. So please note the following: applications are all done online via the My UNISA platform, and no late, incomplete, or email or hand-delivered applications will be considered. So all is done via an application portal which is online. And UNISA gives no guarantee whatsoever that the bursary will be awarded to all eligible students regardless. So since the bursary is subject to availability of funds. So if you have been a beneficiary of the bursary years, which is 2 years in this instance, you'll not be funded for an additional year whatsoever or regardless. So the bursary will ensure that you are funded for 2 consecutive years. So if there are 2 or 1 modules that you have not completed within that time frame of 2 years, so you'll have to then fund the modules in the 3rd year from your own pocket. And if a student fails to comply with any of the conditions, with only any of the terms and conditions of the bursary, and also terminates prematurely their studies without any valid reason, the UNISA postgraduate bursary will be cancelled, and your current UNISA postgraduate amount awarded to you already will be charged to your student statement of account, which will then be handed over to the UNISA Legal and Finance Department to do what they are hired for, to chase you for this outstanding debt. So we don't want to find ourselves in this situation. So as I mentioned, the bursary is an online application, and here is our what you call our website link, postgraduate bursaries (unisa.ac.za). That's where you'll find more information about our bursaries, both for honors and postgraduate diploma, as well as master's and doctoral bursary. All of this information, all this website is linked to your My UNISA platform. So, and what do you need to apply? So you must have an internet, you must have a phone, you must have a laptop. So all these gadgets, if you have them, you will be able to access our portal or access our website and apply for the bursary. So in a nutshell, what is the application process? What's the application? How do you? So what's the step-by-step for you to apply? So first and foremost, the student must visit the postgraduate bursaries website so that you can read thoroughly the bursary guidelines, terms and conditions before you then apply using that portal or application link that is provided in the website. And then what will follow there is the application section. Will then process your application and check your students' eligibility. And then the students' application section will then, or the students' applications will then be taken to your respective colleges. That's where there is a vetting process that happens at the college. And once the applications are vetted and approved, then the list is sent to the DSF award section for further processing and awarding. So then you will then get an email. So all bursary application outcomes are then communicated to you students via your official UNISA My Life email accounts only, and not through your private email addresses or i.e. Gmail or Yahoo, etc. So if you have any inquiries pertaining to the postgraduate bursary application section, you are free to send an email to cgs.pgb@unisa.ac.za. PGB meaning or standing for postgraduate bursaries @unisa.ac.za. So students, only inquiries relating to postgraduate bursary processes should be sent to this email, and also inquiries relating to the processing and approval of your bursary applications, and also at a later stage, inquiries relating to the receipt and processing of your bursary contracts. So we don't want to now get emails pertaining to registration and etc. on this platform. Colleagues, students, I thank you. That's where I end my presentation. Over to you, Program Director.
Thank you very much, Mr. Mamba. I must reiterate that, UNISA means business when it comes to the throughput of M&D output. Ladies and gentlemen, if you want to be an aspiring academic, if you want to be called doctor like our deputy director here, I think you need to make use of this postgraduate bursaries. As UNISA, we are not only priding ourselves to be reclaiming Africa's intellectual features, but we are gladly doing that in the service of humanity. Now, I want to take this opportunity, ladies and gentlemen, to thank you very much for taking your time out of your busy schedule to avail yourselves for this awesome orientation. I'm now going to take this opportunity to allow at least questions. Our colleagues are in the background. They'll be able to answer whatever question that you may have. Yes, I will allow just a few moments, few minutes, 5 minutes to 6 minutes to ask questions and to allow my colleagues to answer those questions. Thank you very much.
Hi, Chair. I'm sorry to intervene. If maybe you could recognize those that have raised their hands, and then I will assist with Messi Tebe in opening their mics so that they can pose their questions.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Matabatsindi. Let me just scroll down a bit and recognize David Hapastat. Oh no, that's not David. Let me just go down a bit again. Andile. Yes, I see your hand is raised. They can unmute you and you can ask your question. Thank you. Okay, I will just pass. Let me recognize Randy.
Hello?
Yes, Randy, go ahead.
So I wanted to know, because I've applied for NSFAS and other bursaries, and now I'm unable to pay for the registration fees, and I can see that I'm running out of time. So I wanted to know if maybe if I get the response, so some of them reply on April or May, if I can continue with my studies on a second semester.
I'm not sure whether colleagues have heard you properly because I'm struggling to hear what you're saying. But if any of my colleagues has heard what the student has said, they can just proceed and answer the question. Or you can just ask the question again because I can now hear that you've fixed your mic.
Yeah, okay, sorry about that.
Yes, now you're audible.
Okay, so I was asking that I've applied for multiple bursaries, but I'm waiting for response, and I don't have the registration fee. So all I wanted to know is I'm probably gonna miss the first semester. Is it possible for me to apply, or what is the procedure that I should take after my funding has been released.
Is it NSFAS?
Yes, it's NSFAS.
Okay, let me allow a colleague from NSFAS to answer, Ms. Shiburi.
Thank you, Chair. Randy, yes, you can start with your studies in semester if you're still waiting for your bursary to approve. I hope I answered your question.
Thank
Yes,
you
you
very
did.
much.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Let me allow Tristan.
Sorry, Program Director, can I come
Yes.
in there? Yes, another alternative is to maybe apply for an AOD if maybe you have a promissory note, because I see you saying you've applied for multiple bursaries. If maybe you have a promissory note, then from those bursaries, those donors, then you can attach that to your AOD because you don't have money to register. That will be another alternative. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Didi. Let me recognize Tristan.
Hello.
Yes, go ahead, Tristan.
Since I have here modules and I saw the registration fees are a bit later, when does the classes officially start, and like when will I receive my material? Because I'm waiting for my NSFAS bursary to still come through.
Okay, thank you very much for your question, colleagues.
I think
No.
the question is related to the first to Randy. If maybe you are still waiting for a confirmation of your funding, be it NSFAS or any other bursary, you are advised to apply for an AOD for you to get registered. As soon as registration is activated, then you start getting your study material that will inform you where are you in terms of the submission of assignment. That will tell you on your what do they call it, on that first letter that you receive, where there will be assignments that you need to submit. So as soon as your registration is activated, it is then that you can actually get that the study material. But from our colleagues from other departments, they've mentioned that if you have a TP, you can actually access your study material on my UNISA. But I still have to confirm that. But you can go and check on my UNISA, and then you can access the soft copy of the study material. It has got all that information as to what needs to happen in terms of your assignment dates and everything else relating to your studies. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Didi. Lisa. Okay. Yes.
Hello, ma'am.
Yes, go ahead.
Okay, I have a question here. Like, I don't have money to pay the minimum payment for so that I can get my book. So I must wait. What should I do? Oh, hello.
Thank you very much for your question, colleagues.
Thank you. Thank you, Yanelisa. So also you can apply for the AOD while you're waiting for NSFAS to finalize your status. So you can apply for the AOD, and then when they approve, they will activate your registration.
Hello, I have another question.
Okay, no, you can go ahead.
The AOD application, they say it is closed now. So how am I gonna apply while it is closed?
About the closing date, you will have if it's really closed or is extended.
Hello.
Hello? Lisa, can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you, Ms. Chiburi.
Lisa, did you hear the response?
You can
Or
just
should I
write
repeat?
the response on the chat. Maybe she's struggling with her network. I will pass in the meantime. Can I recognize Deirdre Mawire?
Hello.
Hello, yes, go ahead.
Hi, ma'am. I just wanted to ask regarding the NSFAS applications. On my application, it mentions that I am provisionally funded, and I had received an email in January from UNISA that my application for the bursary has been captured and is now being processed. But I haven't received any communication since then. Is that normal? Am I just supposed to wait, or what am I supposed to do?
You can send us an
yes, go ahead.
Yes, Desiree, you can send us an email with your student number so that we can check what is the error for your registration to go through.
Okay, thank you. And then I also wanted to ask, if you are under a bursary and your bursary doesn't pay out in time, like for example, your semester modules have due dates for payments, do you still get blocked from your modules, or is there a different procedure if it's not paid on time?
I'm not sure if it's me ask the question or Desiree, because I also need clarity. Are you talking about when your registration is not yet active?
No, I mean, I did pay for my own registration. I mean, like, isn't it there's a due date as to when you're supposed to fully pay for certain modules? Like your semester modules have to be paid by the 31st of March. So, I mean, if let's say NSFAS doesn't pay for that module by the 31st of March, do I get blocked from it, or does it still allow me to access my modules?
You are still allowed to access your modules. You can still continue to do your assignment, exam. You will only be blocked from viewing your results because you will be off.
Okay, thank you very much.
Thank you. Let me recognize Bosile Tladi. Bosile, are you there? 1, 2, 3. I'm passing. Isaiah.
Hello.
Yes, you can go ahead.
Hi. So I wanted to ask, with regards to postgraduate diplomas, are there still any bursaries that one can apply for at this time, or are all bursaries closed?
Let me allow Ms. Monene to answer that, or Mr. Mamba.
Hi, Chair. All applications for the bursaries are currently closed at the moment. We don't have any open bursary application for postgraduate. Thank you.
Thank you. Let me recognize Isaiah. His mic is still muted.
Yes. Hello, ma'am.
Yes, go ahead.
I'm asking, ma'am, my result were withheld from my last year result for 2023 second semester, because I don't know why. Because what I'm asking is that NSFAS will be able to pay my fees then to open my last year result.
You mean NSFAS will be able to fund historic debt? Anybody from NSFAS?
Yes, last year they reversed my funding. Then I want to know, still they withheld my result. When they
Okay.
will be able to open it?
Okay, Isaiah, let me allow them to give you an answer.
Yes.
Thank you, Chair. Isaiah, unfortunately, if you are rejected by NSFAS for the 2023 funding, NSFAS won't be able to continue to pay for you for the 2023 unless if you reapplied, then they will continue funding you if they approve you for 2024. And
Yes,
even if they approve you for the 2024 funding, they do not pay that.
they will never pay the previous fund.
The
No,
previous year.
unfortunately, NSFAS won't be able to pay for the
Because now I reapplied, but they received me, but my result are still, I can't open my result, my last year result.
Unfortunately, NSFAS, they approved you for 2024 funding, meaning they won't be able to pay for the 2023 outstanding debt.
Thank you
Only
very much.
approved you for 2024 funding.
Okay.
Thank you very much. Let me recognize Precious Daniel.
Hello. Thank you so much for the opportunity. I think my situation is similar to Isaiah, but then I didn't appeal. I think last month for the NSFAS. The thing that I want to know, because this is my qualification. It's ending this year. Actually, I'm doing psychology, and then when I check, it says sorry, ma'am. It says the qualification offered until 2024. Meaning, if I don't get any funding, I don't know what's going to happen with me, because this is my last year doing the qualification. So I'm not sure who will be able to assist regarding that. I was a provincial approved last year, and then in November I received a statement stating that I owe UNISA, and then I reapply again this year, and then it was rejected, and then I did an appeal of which I'm still waiting. So I'm not sure how much, or is there any chance for me to be approved on the appeal? Thank you.
Thank you very much, Ms. Shiburi.
Thank you, Chair. Precious, can I ask, are you owing for 3?
Sorry, ma'am?
Are you owing fees for 2023?
Yes. Actually, it's on the appeal status. It's why it was saying appeal submitted all along, and then I decided to cancel it and reapply again for this year.
So when you check your status, what's the reason for rejection this year, since you and NSFAS rejected you again?
It says salary greater than 350, which is not true. I've sent everything, all the document, and also this year I send it. They send me that application for SARS. I've sent it. Still, it's saying the statute says appeal submitted.
Kindly wait for NSFAS to review your appeal application.
Yes.
Hopefully, they will approve your appeal.
Okay, ma'am. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Let me recognize Elizabeth Ntere. Their mic is still muted. Then I will pass and go to Jabu.
Hi, I have a question about the merit bursary. Is there a minimum number of modules that you need to be registered for in order to qualify for that bursary?
Thank you, colleagues.
For merit bursary, you need to register at least 5 modules.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you. Let me recognize Rebecca Muller.
Hi, ma'am. So I am a transfer student from CPUT. I am from the Eastern Cape, but I had to study there last year. And obviously, I was not with NSFAS last year. I had a different bursary, but this is my first year with NSFAS. And I am provisionally funded, but I haven't received any confirmation about if my payment has been made through to UNISA. I haven't received any funds either, and it's very confusing because I have sent emails. I have tried to call the NSFAS contact number of the office. Nobody has responded to me. So what can I do in this case?
Colleagues?
Thank you, Chair. Please send us an email with your student number so we can check if NSFAS has sent the approval list with your name so that we can activate your registration.
Okay. Okay, thank you, ma'am. And another question that I have, so if I choose to rather do a short course on education with UNISA, will NSFAS fund that as well because it is to do with education, or do they only fund for a 4-year degree?
Thanks for the question. Please note NSFAS they don't fund short course.
Okay. Okay, thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. Let me recognize Armagoro. Okay, I will pass and go to Luyanda. Yes, Luyanda, you can go ahead. Okay, let me recognize Gift Radine. Okay, let me go to Hadassah Tennyson.
Hi, can you hear me?
Yes, yes, go ahead.
Okay, so I applied for funding for NSFAS last year, December, and I've been on a waiting evaluation since then. But then last week, Friday, when registrations closed, they told me I had to resubmit my consent form, having to do with my parents' income status or whatever. And I already sent that through in my original application. So I resent that and I'm still awaiting evaluation. So I haven't received my life email. I haven't received any updates from UNISA because obviously I'm still temporarily registered. So I don't know how to move this process along quicker because I've contacted everything, like the email, social media, everything.
Thank you, colleagues.
Thank you for the question, Sada. Adasa, sorry to call your name incorrect. So, with regards to your NSFAS application, currently NSFAS haven't approved or rejected your application. Unfortunately, UNISA activated registration upon funding this that we received from NSFAS. So currently, you are not yet up NSFAS, so won't be able to activate your registration. However, you can apply for the AOD or pay for the minimum while waiting for NSFAS to finalize your.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you. Let me recognize Tepa. Stephen.
Can you hear me?
Yes, go ahead.
Yes, I wanted to ask, so last year I was registered at UJ and I did get NSFAS funding. So now, because I changed like courses altogether and I changed the institution, so I wanted to know, am I going to be able to, like, are they going to access my application and am I going to be able to get funding since I changed like courses and institutions from NSFAS? And should I withdraw that application because I still have credit from NSFAS from UJ?
Colleagues?
Sorry, can you repeat the question, Tepa?
So I was registered at UJ and I did receive NSFAS funding. So now because I changed courses altogether and I changed the institution to UNISA, I wanted to know, should I withdraw my application last year because I still have credit from NSFAS, or is NSFAS going to be able to access my application and approve?
Okay. Can I ask you before I respond? Are you registered with UNISA currently?
Yes, I am. I paid registration, self-funding.
Okay. So UNISA, NSFAS will send the global list, approved list. So that's when we're gonna pick your approved list. Then we'll, since you've already registration, then we will process you from our side since you're registered with UNISA. So you don't have to withdraw the application. We'll pick you up from the global list from NSFAS.
Okay. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much. Let me recognize Meshia Kuriti. I will.
Hi, ma'am.
Oh, yes, go ahead.
I wanted to ask, how long does it take for NSFAS to communicate with us? Because I was on campus 2 weeks ago to hear on what the status is and what is going on. So they told me that they did approve me and everything is okay. But then I want to ask if is there any other communication that we're supposed to receive from NSFAS?
Thanks for the question. So NSFAS, if they approved you on your side, UNISA also expect us to add your approval to the funding list. So we pick funded students from the funding list. So please send us an email with your student number so we can check if you are on the funded list.
Okay, I'll do that. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Let me recognize Linomta Gaulani. Okay, I will pass to Cleo Ramia.
Hello. Hi, I wanted to ask, I've applied for NSFAS and I was, what is it, eligibly funded, something like that. And I got the data and I believe I'm fine, like registered fully, because I can access my modules. But is there a way for, does that mean I'm funded by NSFAS, or is there a way for me to know for certain?
Leo, usually when you are approved by NSFAS, we capture you on our system. Immediately when we capture you on the day, you'll get an email that you are confirmed, meaning NSFAS has confirmed your funding. That's where you know that NSFAS has approved your funding and they've sent your confirmation to the institution.
I did get an email a while back before I've temporarily registered saying that I can get the NSFAS funding. So I'm not sure if I still have it, or does it work that way?
Yes, that NSFAS has approved your funding and they've confirmed with it.
Sorry, I can't hear you.
Leo,
Yes.
Can I repeat?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. So I was saying that was the confirmation, the email that you received from the institution, that was the confirmation that NSFAS has confirmed your funding.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you. Let me recognize Sanele. Okay, let me go to Shamak Francis.
Hello.
Yes,
Can you hear me?
Sanele, go ahead. Yes, we can hear you.
Sorry, the mic hadn't been muted.
Okay.
Thanks. Last week we obviously were informed about the AOD. I'd applied for NSFAS in November. It was approved on Thursday. I was obviously trying to submit for the first and second semester because the module is throughout the whole year. I asked for an AOD form on Thursday and on Friday. I wasn't able to receive it because I haven't paid registration. So I'd requested it via email. I didn't get the forms, the email that they gave us. But the funding on NSFAS side has been approved. So I wanted to check, is it too late for me for the first semester? Because it was approved on Thursday. Yeah, so I just wanted to check on that.
Just a question, Clary, is it there? So when you say your NSFAS was approved last week, are you now active? Like, is your registration finalized?
Not at all. Not on UNISA side. I can't access. I still can't claim my login address. I mean my login email. So I'm still on the outside technically.
Okay, so while waiting for NSFAS to confirm your funding, you can still go ahead with the AOD. Then when NSFAS has confirmed your funding, then that one from the AOD to NSFAS funded student.
When you say NSFAS has confirmed my funding, on their side it's confirmed, but on the UNISA sites I can't access stuff. Like I said, it was confirmed on Thursday.
Yes.
Well, I've been checking every day. That's how I know that it was confirmed on Thursday on the website.
Remember, NSFAS now need to send the confirmation of your funding so that we can be able to activate your registration.
Okay, so just to close it off, I just wanted
Sanele, now you're overstaying your
no, just one thing. Is there still a chance that I will be approved for this first semester? That's the last thing. I just want to find out that, or is it automatically now going to be a second semester thing?
No, remember, NSFAS confirm your funding at any time. It's just that we don't know when.
Okay, cool. So just keep studying with the current modules that I have.
Keep studying. Okay. Thank you. Shamak Francis. Shamak, are you there? Okay,
yes,
let me move.
Can you hear me?
Yes, I can. Go ahead.
I'm asking you, can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you. Please speak.
I'd like to ask, where can we find the AOD form and to which email should we send the NSFAS student number to?
But Shamak, I think this question has been addressed before. I think if maybe colleagues can correct me if I'm wrong. Okay, Ms. Shiburi.
That one?
The question with regards to the AOD, where they can get it and which email can they email it to?
Okay, so the AOD is from finance status. So the form is registered an email address where they can send back to.
Thank you.
Okay, I'm taking last two hands, then after that we are closed. I think we overstayed our visit too. Let me take Jenny. Okay.
Hello.
Yes, go ahead.
So my NSFAS status says approved and it says funding eligible, right? However, my registration fee has not been paid. So, and the amount due, I think the last date where I can pay it is on the 31st of March. And then I do not have the funds to pay it, so I don't know what I should do. If NSFAS does not communicate or pay it by the 31st, what happens to the first semester?
I think the first part of your question has been answered before, but I will allow Ms. Shiburi to answer that. Please make sure that please ensure that you don't answer questions that have already been asked. Otherwise, we are just rounding on one question the whole day and other people still need to ask their questions. Thank you.
Yes, I will respond on the last part where during the due date without paying the minimum. So UNISA will cancel registration.
Pimelo. And I will take, I think that Luyanda has been raising his hand. We passed him because his mic was not audible. Luyanda, are you able to ask your question?
Can you hear me now?
Yes.
I wanted to ask that as a NSFAS funded student and I have prescribed books, do NSFAS pay for those books or do I have to pay for them? If NSFAS does, how do I get them? Do I have to go collect them at the UNISA center or they will send me through the collecting service?
Thanks, Luyanda. So if you by NSFAS, after the registration, we are going to send the template back to NSFAS for NSFAS to confirm the qualification that you are doing, the N plus and the household income. Then they will link your registration. Upon the linking of your registration, that's when UNISA will be able to process your allowances. How do you process your allowances? We usually send you an email via your My Life email account address for you to update your banking details. Make sure that you update your very own banking details. Then we will transfer the money into your bank account.
Okay, thank you so much.
Thank you very much.
Yes, sorry, Chair. I wanted to cover two. Yes, I wanted to cover two questions. One being student who applied for NSFAS and their status is currently on awaiting evaluation. So if you are still on awaiting evaluation, it means NSFAS is still evaluating your status, your application. So you still have to wait. From your registration site or your studies, you need to note that NSFAS, they haven't approved or rejected your application, and UNISA won't be able to activate your registration because you are not yet approved. Activate students who are approved by NSFAS and confirmed by NSFAS. So I wanted to address.
Okay. Thank you very much, Ms. Shiburi, and thank you all for availing yourself for this session. I can now safely say we have reached the end of our session. For all of you whose questions have not yet been answered, you're welcome to visit your nearest UNISA branch, be it the Sunnyside campus, the Polokwane, or whichever region that is closest to you for more answers or for more clarities. Thank you very much. Indeed, as UNISA, we are reclaiming Africa's intellectual features. Thank you. Bye.